Testing, testing, testing.
Day, Night, Seasons, and Years by Jacob. Day and night. Why is there day and night? Day occurs when the part of Earth that we are on is facing the sun. When the part of Earth we are is not facing the sun, it is night. Night and day happens because of Earth's wonky rotation. The sun sometimes seems to move across the sky, but it doesn't. Actually, the Earth is turning on its axis, and this is what causes day and night. Years. What causes a year? Years are the time that Earth takes to go through one whole orbit around the sun. Each year is 365 and a quarter days. We have a leap year every 4 years because 1/4 equals one whole day. In a leap year, there are 366 days. So that is what a year is and what a leap year is. Seasons. What causes seasons? The tilt of the Earth on its axis resulting in the amount of sunlight causes seasons. When the axis of the Earth is tilting towards the sun, it is summer. When the axis of the Earth is tilting away from the sun, it is winter. Fall and spring are in the middle of summer and winter. That is what causes seasons.
Days and Nights by Grace. Have you ever wondered why we have day and night? Well, the Earth's rotation is the reason. Half of the Earth, the part that faces the sun, experiences day, and the other half experiences night. The Earth has an imaginary line running through it called the axis. The sun, unlike the moon, produces its own light. The sun is a ball of gas. The moon reflects off the sun. That is why we have day and night. Seasons and years. Do you know why we have seasons and years? We have seasons from how Earth orbits the sun, also because the Earth is at a tilt of 23.5 degrees. We also have seasons because of the Earth's movement around the sun. Other planets have seasons, but not as much as us, Earth. Earth has 365 days, but not exact. Earth has a leap year every 4 years. The number of days is now 366 days.
Days, Nights, Seasons by Ella. Just like every other planet, Earth rotates around the sun on its axis. Every 365 days, Earth has completed a full rotation around the sun. When it turns day, the sun is facing one side of the Earth, and the other side is night. When the Earth turns the other side is night. When the Earth turns, the other side is day, and that one side is night. Each day is 12 hours, but if you add in night, it is 24 hours. As Earth spins these nights and days, it can form a week, month, a year. And as these years go by, it will change seasons. Seasons are different weathers. Like there's summer, fall, winter, and spring. Summer is a very, very warm climate. Fall is chilly. Fall is chilly cold. Winter is freezing, and snow falls from the sky. Fact, the North Pole has no night. It's day all the time. Also, the North Pole has the North Star. The North Star always stays in the same place because the North Pole does not spin with the rest of Earth. So, it's day all the time. Sometimes people wonder, do we have day, night, but we all started to learn. Thank you.
Days, Nights, Seasons, and Years by Braden. Days and nights happen because the Earth tilts and spins on its axis. If the northern hemisphere has light, the southern side does not have light. While you are asleep and it is dark, the other half of the world has light, or vice versa. Days, nights, seasons, and years are really interesting.
Moon Phases by Carly. Do you ever wonder about the moon? If so, you have come to the right place. The first thing you should know about the moon is that it is not a planet. The moon is, in fact, a natural satellite. It is 3 days / 240,000 miles away. Next up is the 8 phase. The first phase is the new moon. It rises and sets with the sun. Next is a waxing crescent. then a first quarter, then waxing gibbous. Now the most popular moon watching phase, a full moon. It rises and sets opposite the sun. Next is a waning gibbous, last quarter in the waning crescent. Repeat. So now you know about the moon. Goodbye.
Phases of the Moon by Alana. If you are wondering why the moon changes shape, the moon really doesn't change shape. The phases of the moon depends on the rotation to the sun and earth. The moon also reflects off the sun. The moon even has 8 phases. Its 2 big phases are waning and waxing. The full moon only happens every 2 weeks, and a new moon happens after the moon cycle. A solar eclipse is very, very rare. A solar eclipse is rare because a solar eclipse only happens every 25 years and very bright. The sun hides behind the moon, which makes the moon so famous and bright.
Moon phases by Kessa. The moon is round even though it looks different shapes. When the moon is going away, it's waning. When it is coming back, it's waxing. The moon is always facing the earth. The moon does not give off its own light. It reflects the sun's light, which gives it a silver look. Half moon is called the first quarter.
Moon phases by Gannett. There are 8 phases of the moon. They are named after how much of the moon is visible. First there is a new moon, which is when you can see 0% of the moon. Then a gibbous moon. There's 2 gibbous moons, a waxing and a waning. Then a full moon when you can see 100% of the moon. Next, there is a half moon when you can see half of the moon. Then a crescent moon you can see a sliver of the moon. Hope you like this article and want to learn more about space.
Moon phases by Brianna. There are 8 different moon phases. Once in a while you may not see the moon. That is because the moon and the sun are on the same side of Earth. 8 moon phases are full moon, waning gibbous, half moon, crescent moon, waxing gibbous, new moon, first quarter, last quarter. Those are the moon phases. The new moon may not be visible, but it is still there. Did you know that the moon is 4.5 billion years old?
Order of the Planets by Caleb. Space is very fascinating. Our solar system has 8 planets inside of it. In the order of the planets, their names are Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and last but not least, Neptune. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are the inner planets. The outer planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These planets are separated by an asteroid belt that is made of asteroids. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system. Also, it's the closest planet to the Sun. Mercury also has a 59-day axis rotation, or a year. It has no moons. Mercury's temperature is over 750 degrees. Venus is the second closest planet to the Sun. Here is something insane. Venus's days are longer than its years. Venus's years are 225 days long. Venus's temperature is 890 degrees. That's crazy hot. Humans would never survive in that kind of heat. Earth is our planet. Our planet is very fascinating. Scientists know so much about our planet because they live on the planet. Earth's years are 365 days long. Because it takes us 365 days to make a full orbit around the Sun. Our axis angle is 23.5 degrees. Earth has 1 moon. Some planets have 20 to 90 moons. Our planet is the only planet that can have life on it so far. Mars is the red planet. Mars is red because it's made of dust and rock. It has 2 bright white moons. Mars has 687 days in its years.
Mars has 24 hours and 37-minute days. The next 4 planets I'm going to teach you about are the gas giants. Jupiter is one of the gas giants. It's the biggest planet out of all of them. Jupiter also has a giant red spot on the planet. That red spot is a humongous hurricane. That humongous hurricane has been on the planet for more than 300 years. Jupiter has 11.9 days long. Oh, Jupiter's years. That's too short for me. Saturn has 62 bright shining moons. Saturn also has 1,000 rings. Saturn got its name from Roman god of agriculture. Saturn is also the farthest planet from Earth that can be seen by the unaided eye, human eye. Uranus turns up on its axis. Also, Uranus has 15 moons. Uranus is 1,784 million miles from the Sun. 1 year on Uranus is 84 Earth years. Way too much for me. It has 17-hour days. Also, it has 11 rings. Neptune has a hurricane on it named Scooter. It has 8 moons. Also, it's the farthest planet from the Sun. That means it's really, really, really cold on Neptune. 1 year on Neptune is 165 years on Earth. That's insanely long. The sun is a giant ball of hot gas.
Just the Planet by Fiona. Space is the place to make a memory. This is a memory you'll never forget in a million Earth years. The planets have a lot of amazing qualities, but they aren't all the same. Mercury is the smallest planet. It is also closest to the Sun. It is named after a Greek. The one and only Greek Mercury. The years on Mercury are 88 days. This is because it takes 88 days to make a full orbit or rotation around the Sun. Venus is the second closest to the Sun. Crazily, days are longer than the years. Another cool fact about Venus is it's 890 degrees warm. It has no moon. The years are 225 Earth days long. Our years are a little bit longer than the inner planet year. It takes however many days to orbit for the planet to make a year. Earth we don't know much about because, well, we do live on the planet. We only have 1 year. There are 365 days a year since it takes us 365 days to make a full orbit around the Sun. You should be happy to live on Earth because we have it better than any other planet. We have food, water, oxygen, gravity, and clothing. Gravity is green rocks around the ground. We are the only planet that can do life so far. Mars is the red planet. The only reason it is known as the red planet is because the rocks rust and the red spreads throughout the planet. The graceful red makes it boldly stand out. It has 2 moons, bright and light. They have 23 hours and 37-minute days. They almost have the same daily times as us. It's the biggest planet, Jupiter. It's very interesting because it is an outer gas planet that is near the asteroid belt that separates the inner planets from the outer planets. The line isn't visible although there is 11.9 days per year. Also 9 hour and 50-minute days. Isn't that short for one entire day? Saturn is fascinating. It's a fascinating planet. It has 62 moons. There are over 1,000 ice and rock rings. It is over 890 million miles from the Sun. That would be a long trip. The days are 10 hours and 14-minute days. See how fascinating Saturn is? Uranus is famous structure. I find this planet intriguingly interesting because a planet and vertically, not horizontally. Almost all of this planet has been flipped over in the sky. It has 11 vertical rings. A year on the planet is 84 Earth years. Crazy long years are what? Neptune is the farthest planet from the sun. It has Scooter pile that hovers over the planet. See all these different bodies? Which planet do you want to call home?
Order of the Planets by Maddox Carvin. The order of the planets is fascinating. There is so much to learn about the planets. One of my favorite planets is Saturn. Saturn is a big ball of hydrogen and helium. All gas giants have rings, but Saturn has the most. Saturn has about 1,000 rings. Neptune is the farthest planet from the sun. It is very cold and windy. It would take 165 Earth years for Neptune to orbit the sun. Neptune's latest orbit was in 2011. Mars is my favorite planet because it is red. Mars is cold and dry, like a desert. It is very similar to Earth because it has the same seasons. Mars' atmosphere is very thin, that's why its dust is a rusty color. Jupiter is the biggest planet in our solar system. Jupiter has a big red spot as big as 3 Earths. All the planets in our solar system are named after a god. Neptune was actually going to be called George. There is so much to learn about space.
Order of the Planets by Gavin. In this paragraph, I will tell you about 3 of the 8 planets. I will tell you about Venus, Jupiter, and my favorite, Uranus. First, I will tell you about Venus. Venus is the brightest planet, and its days are longer than its years. I think that is crazy. Now for Jupiter. Jupiter has a famous hurricane called the Great Red Spot that is bigger than Earth, and it only has 3 rings. Plus, it is a gas giant and the biggest of all planets. It's really big. Now for my favorite, Uranus. Uranus has 11 rings. That's my favorite number. Now that's a coincidence. Uranus also spins on its side. It is also a gas giant and has 20-year-long seasons. These are 3 of the 8 planets. I hope you learned something today. Thank you.
Day, Night, Seasons, and Years by Taya. Day and night. What causes day and night? The Earth's axis. The Earth spins on its axis as it travels around the sun. When Earth spins on its axis, it is called a rotation. A day is 24 hours. To be exact, it is 23 hours and 56 minutes. The Earth moves, not the sun. Keep that in mind. This is what causes day and night. Years. What causes years? The Earth goes around the sun. It is called an orbit or a revolution. A year is 365 days. To be exact, it is 365 days and a quarter days. Every 4 years we have a leap year. We have them because we have to make up for the time we missed in the day and the year. All we do is add another day to February. If we did not have leap year, the month would flip. That is what causes years. Seasons. What causes seasons? The tilt of the Earth as the Earth moves around the sun. The Earth is tilted at a 23.5 degree angle. If the Earth wasn't tilted, we wouldn't have seasons. The northern and southern part of Earth don't have the same seasons at the same time. That is what causes seasons.
Order of the Planets by Anderson. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, the 8 planets. The inner planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, were separated from the outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, by an asteroid belt. The 8 planets. Let's start with Mercury, the fast planet. Mercury is only 36 million miles away from the Sun. Its orbit takes it as close to the Sun as 29 million miles. Its day and night are hotter than any place on Earth. Let's move on to Venus, the hottest planet. It is 67 miles away from the Sun. It also has a backward rotation. That wraps it up for Venus. Now, I saved the best for last. Jupiter, the colossal planet. Jupiter's mass is 113 times that of Earth's. It also has 67 moons. It is also 484 miles from the Sun. This ends my report.
The Order of the Planets by Jacob. There are 8 planets in our solar system. We have Mercury, that is a gray color.
and is the closest planet to the Sun. Our second planet is Venus. It is a light yellow color. Now for our planet Earth. Earth is a green and blue color. The green is where land is and the blue is where water is. Our fourth planet is Mars. Mars is a deep red. In the future, we plan to live on Mars. Now our gas giants. Our biggest one is Jupiter. Jupiter is a tan color and it has a big red spot. Our second gas planet is Saturn. As of today, we have discovered 30 rings going around it. Its color is tan. Our third planet is Uranus. Uranus actually spins upside down and the color is light blue. Our last planet is Neptune. Neptune is a dark blue color. I hope you learn more about our solar system.
Day, Night, Seasons, and Years by Lily. Why do we have day and night? We have day and night because the Earth rotates. The Earth spins on an axis. An axis is an imaginary line passing through the South and North Pole. How long does it take for the Earth to rotate? The Earth takes a whole day, 23 hours and 56 minutes, to make a couple complete rotate. What is a year? A year is the time to take to revolve around the sun. It takes a total of 365 days. Leap year. The extra day in February, if not months, would flip January and summer. Why do we have seasons? We have seasons because the Earth is tilted, wonky. It makes a yearly journey around the sun. The Earth's axis is on an angle of 23.5 degrees. That means the Earth is always pointing to one side as it goes around the sun.
Planets in the Solar System by Lauren. There are 9 planets in the solar system. My favorite is the Saturn because all the big rings. And it's so bold, big, and beautiful. And my second favorite is Jupiter because all the big red spots on it. My third favorite planet is Pluto because he is so cute.
Seasons by Noah. The Earth travels around the sun and depending where it is, it's called a season. The Earth's axis is what it spins on, and because the axis is tilted, we either get direct sunlight or slanted sunlight. We get direct sunlight when we are tilted towards the sun, which causes summer. We get slanted sunlight because we are tilted away from the sun, which causes winter. Halfway through the year, the Earth is on the other side of the sun, so winter turns into summer and summer turns into winter. If the majority of the Earth is facing the sun, it is spring. If the majority is facing away, it's fall. Day and night. Day and night are time measures of rotations of the Earth. Day occurs when the Earth is facing the sun and getting sunlight. Night occurs when the Earth faces away from the Earth. These measures don't happen separately. They happen simultaneously. When you are getting day, the other side of the Earth is getting night at the exact same time. A full day and night are a full rotation on the Earth's axis, which is an entire day or 24 hours. Years. A year is a full orbit completely around the sun. A year is 365 days long, which is one of the longest increments of time. People have been counting years for a long time. Conveniently, we have just entered a new year, 2016. New Year's Eve is a celebration where people stay up on the last day of the present year and count down until midnight, which is the beginning of a new year. People all around the world use the same increment of time, although people celebrated the year differently.
it still brings joy to many people.
Byros, moon phases. Have you ever wondered what the phases of the moon is? Did you know the moon is always facing the sun? A new moon is always dark. The moon has a silver surface. Did you know the moon is not a planet? The moon's day is 700 hours long. The moon has 240,000 miles away from Earth. The half facing away from the sun is in complete darkness, and the other half is in total light. Did you know that there are 8 phases of the moon? That is the phases of the moon.
Moon phases by Lily. Did you know the moon is 4.8 billion years old? There are 8 different types of moon phases. There is the full moon, waning gibbous, waxing gibbous, half moon, crescent moon, and the new moon. They're also the first quarter and the last quarter. The moon is named after how much of it we can see. There is also a lunar eclipse and a blood moon. Those are the moon phases.
Title your name first.
My name is Trey Abrams, and the title is The 8 Planets. Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet out of the 8 planets. It is one of the gas giants in the outer part of the asteroid belt. It also has a great red hurricane called the Great Red Spot. It also has 67 moons. Uranus. Uranus is my favorite planet. Uranus is a very interesting planet. It spins vertically unlike the other planets. Uranus is also one of the gas giants. Uranus is also odd because its seasons are 20 Earth years long. Saturn. Saturn is also a gas giant. It has over 1,000 rings. Is that not amazing? Saturn's rings are made up of rock and ice. Neptune. Neptune is covered with a huge body of water, but below its saturating surface there is a surface made entirely up of carbon. Neptune also has an enormous hurricane called Scooter.
By Jackson. Moon phases. Have you ever wondered about the moon? Well, you came to the right guy. Did you know the moon is 4.5 billion years old? Do you know that the moon is also has no atmosphere and no protection from the sun? Have you ever wondered about how far away the moon is from the sun? Well, it's 90 degrees west from the sun. Have you ever wondered how long it takes the moon to orbit the solar system? Well, it would take 27 days, 7 hours, 43 minutes, and 11.6 seconds. Have you ever wondered what's on the moon? Well, there are crates, lava plains, mountains, and valleys.